G'day my little robins, it's me Beth. Another week has passed, which means you get another video from, well, me. And apologies for not uploading last week. I know recently I haven't really been that consistent, but I was very stressed out, but now I'm in a better place. Anyway, if you haven't already read the title, today I'm going to be delving into my top 10 Eurovision songs. That's right, I'm a massive Eurovision fan. I have watched the show religiously year in, year out since 2006. And since Eurovision, I believe, ended on the 12th of May 2018 this year, I thought I would look back, over those years, those 12 years I've watched the show, and just pick my, top 10 favourite songs and share them with you guys. Eurovision love. Before we begin this video, if you want to support me and the channel, you can by clicking like to show me some love. You can click that subscribe button because I upload weekly, normally, there's nothing stopping you. You can tap that bell to get notified when I upload. Sorry, I've got an itch on my nose. Enough rambling, let's just dive right into this top 10 Eurovision songs. Coming in at number 10 is Poland with the song Colour of Your Life from the 2016 contest. Now, the reason this, had to make it onto my list is because it was one of the most underrated songs, I believe, in 2016. The jurors hated it. I think it was like third from bottom at the end of the jury votes. But then I believe it came third or fourth in the public votes, which, took it from like the bottom of the board to like quite high up on, the first half of the board. And I was like, you go Poland. It was a very good ballad by a male vocalist, and I, to date, just love it. Coming in at number 9 is Cyprus with the song Alter Ego, which again was from the 2016 contest. Waking up alone like a man that failed, trapped into the mist of a fairy tale, and you know I'm still inside. The reason I chose this song is because it's one of the many alternative indie rock metal songs that have actually made it onto the list. But for me, what set this song apart was the fact that it sounded so much like The Killers. The Killers intro, not to Mr. Brightside, but Somebody Told Me. As soon as the song kicked in, I was like, am I listening to The Killers? They took a lot of inspiration, I believe, from that band, and it was good. It didn't do very well on the night because most alternative songs don't. But I'm showing Cyprus some love because they normally give us points. Coming in at number 8 is Australia with Tonight Again from the 2015 contest. Oh, baby, tonight's so good. Forget tomorrow, we can do tonight again. Tonight's so good. This is what you're at to follow. Now, I know what you're thinking. Australia is not part of Europe, but I think it was like the anniversary of Eurovision, and since Australia actually do air the show like year in, year out, they were invited as a guest in 2015, and they actually did really well. I believe this song came in the top 5, so that's why Australia, now competes every year after that. Anyway, for me, the reason this song made it onto this list is because when I heard it, I'm obsessed, with a singer in England called Ollie Murs. And as soon as this song kicked in, I was like, I'm listening to the Australian Ollie Murs. And to be fair, he was actually called that in interviews, so I don't have any shame. That's right, I can like pop music just as much as, alternative metal, rock music. Shoot me. I love it. It's my favourite Australian entry to date. They've only had 3, but this is the best. Coming in at number 7 is Turkey with the song We Could Be the Same from 2010. This song was pretty controversial because this was the last time Turkey has ever entered Eurovision because they were robbed. Turkey should have won. I believe they came 2nd or 3rd. The jurors didn't like them, but the public did, and that was back you know, when the new system was in place and jurors had more of a say than the public, which angered people. It angered Turkey, and like I said, they haven't been back. So they haven't been in the competition, you know, for the last 8 years. It was a good song, and the most memorable bit was, you know, the woman dressed as like a robot, you know, with like the metal and the sparks, and it was a really good alternative song. But alternative songs do not win Eurovision, and that, you know, upsets me to date. Coming in at number 6 is Hungary with the entry Vislat Nier, which translated in English is Goodbye Summer, from the 2018 Eurovision show. I had my notebook because they actually sang the song in, you know, Hungarian, and, you know, it was very hard to pronounce Hungarian words, so that's why I had my notebook. This was a post-hardcore song through and through. Everyone was really stunned when it made it through the semi-finals. They didn't do that well in the final. I think they only ended a couple of places above the United Kingdom, but like I keep ranting on, alternative rock metal songs don't normally do well. It was good staging, a great song, you know, they really got the fans like involved in the performance, and the guitarist crowd surfed. No one's ever crowd surfed at Eurovision as far as I'm aware. Coming in at number 5 is Ukraine with the song Dancing Lasha Tumbai from the 2007 show. Now, as you can see from that clip I just showed you, it was a very lively song, and Ukraine didn't win. They came top 3. I believe they came top 3 that year. Again, they were robbed. It was such a lively, you know, upbeat song. To date, it's one of the most memorable Eurovision songs out there. If you ask people about Eurovision, they remember this song, and like the glitter, the camp. It was very camp, it was very catchy, and it's probably the only like song from Eurovision that was sung, you know, in a foreign language that I actually know word for word. Coming in at number 4 is Sweden with the song Heroes from 2015. Now, this song actually won the whole competition, and again there was controversy, but you know, I'll get into that, you know, with my next song. Anyway, what really set this performance apart from like the rest was the staging. It was a guy, he was stood in front of like a TV screen, and he interacted with, you know, the animations on the TV screen, and it was something to behold. There was a little like stick guy holding a balloon that everyone fell in love with. I fell in love. I didn't actually give any points to Sweden, I didn't vote for them. But Sweden always do well in Eurovision. They never normally send a bad song, but for me it was memorable because of, you know, the staging more so than the song. In at number 3 is Italy with the song Grande Amore, again from, you know, the 2015 show. This is where the controversy comes in. Italy came second with this song. The public loved them. They got the public vote, and if they had just gone off the public vote, they would have beaten Sweden hands down. But the jurors voted them either, you know, 4th or 5th, which meant it knocked them off the first place title, which kind of, you know, enraged fans because Italy were the people's favourite, they weren't the jurors' favourite, and it just goes to show that people are like, oh, should the jury, you know, have a 50-50 say in who wins, because they didn't like it, apparently because it was popra, which is pop opera. Il Vol, a great band, I love them. I've been a fan, you know, for a couple of years. Well, I've listened to them ever since Eurovision. They should have won. It was a romantic song. Italy always perform in Italian, so props to a country that sings in their own language and doesn't cheat or, you know, cop out and sing in English. United Kingdom can get away with it because we're English. But yeah, this was the same year as Heroes. And for me, Italy was the real winner, hence why it came above Heroes on this list. Coming in at number 2 is Norway with the song Fairy Tale from 2009.
I'm in love with a fairy tale, even though it hurts, 'cause I don't care if I lose my mind, I'm already cursed.
This song, at this point in Eurovision history, actually got the most votes, I believe, in Eurovision history. Loads of people gave it 12s. It was a good song. Alexander Rybak, he actually came back in 2018 to represent Norway with a song that wasn't as good, which saw Norway really low down on the board. I felt sorry for him. What sold this performance for me was it was catchy, and he's really good at playing the violin. The violin sold it for everyone. I remember watching it and being like, oh, he's cute. Because 2009 Beth thought he was very cute. If you actually watch the 2018 contest, he actually hasn't aged, which is scary. He's a vampire, he's immortal. Anyway, Fairy Tale, it was just so whimsical, and it was a bit different, you know, to the rest of the songs from that night, hence why it got my number 2 spot. And taking my number 1 spot should come as no surprise, it is Finland with the song Hard Rock Hallelujah from the 2006 contest by the band Lordi.
Rock hero angels, we got hard rock hallelujah. Demons and angels all in one have a right. Rock hero angels, we got hard rock hallelujah.
I know I've bitched in this video about, you know, alternative rock metal songs, you know, not doing well at Eurovision. To date, Lordi is like the only heavy metal band to win Eurovision, but people say it's because it was kind of camp, you know, with all the monster costumes, and they didn't take themselves too seriously, which I admit is true. Because Lordi won Eurovision, I actually went back and looked at, you know, their back catalogue. I bought the album. I've been a fan of Lordi ever since their performance. I even saw them live in Liverpool a couple years back when they were promoting their new album, and I was like, damn, if I hadn't watched Eurovision for the first time in 2006, I never would have found Lordi. It was amazing. I just love the song. It's just so, it's so heavy metal. Lordi. That rounds off my top 10 Eurovision songs. In the comments below, I'd love to hear, you know, your guys' thoughts and opinions. What are your top Eurovision songs if you watch Eurovision? If you've never watched Eurovision, I highly recommend, you know, you check out all like the recaps or, you know, like compilation videos on YouTube. You won't be disappointed. Comments, start a conversation. While you're down there, you can check out all the links to my social media, because why the hell not? You can also click like to show me some love, because nothing's stopping you. You can click my face right here to subscribe to the channel, because I upload weekly. You can check out my last 2 videos or playlists right here, depending what mood I'm in when I'm editing this. Until next week, keep listening to good music. I'm Beth. Goodbye.